I'm one of the great grandmothers of the women of Wellbriety International. There's 4 of us that we oversee um, the women that we're talking about. The women come from prisons, they come from the streets of prostitution, alcoholism, drugs, you name it. We call them our women warriors because they went through a war that many never survived, such as what we witnessed up on the screen here. I too, and when most people hear of me, I never say I because we fell, our people fell. I am from the Removal Act and the boarding schools and the orphanages. I think I'm probably the only one in here that may come from that era. But I too have those memories. And being young at one time, there was never me. There was never I want. It's all about me. It was always the we. We always did something for our community. We always did something for our elders. We always did something for family. Our grandmother's stories was always told to us because when I was a little girl, we didn't have a TV. We didn't have a floor. We had dirt. We didn't have an indoor toilet. We had outdoor toilet. We never had water inside. We had a pump. So I was raised with sacred waters, you name it. That's who I am. Just this old Indian woman from up north. I'm an Ojibwe, full blood. So I remember grandmother's stories, but I want to share something with you, how far back I go. My father was born in 1889. My grandmother was born in the early 1800s. My great-grandmother was born in the 1700s. So I got stories that are validated. And those stories always said, we as a people is going to vanish if we don't teach our children our mirror stories of our grandparents. So I'm going to ask you too, all of you, to just close your eyes for a minute. Just lean back and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Just think about that. Now just take a moment to think of one memory of your grandmother. Take another deep breath. Now think of your grandfather. Now slowly open your eyes and think in your mind as you look around. When you see them again, are they going to be proud of you? Can you tell your grandchildren about them? Because I'm going to tell you our walk today is sad. Because not too many of our people remember our elders. There is a time that we got in an elevator with a great-grandmother, and this is how we're taught. They go, oh, who are you? Every tribe, no matter where on Turtle Island, even our brothers and sisters in South America always know this when they go, oh, who are you? That's saying in a very short voice of who are your ancestors, where do you come from? Many of them don't know that. But this one particular time when great-grandmother asked this young man, oh, who are you? He turned around and he said, what the F's it to you? He had native pride on his neck tattooed. There was indigenous. He had all these native tattoos on him. She was an elder. Money is destroying us. Because when we forget about the creation stories, and we all have it, our spirit dances all over the place. And this body we have on is a coat that covers it. Many tribes have the same thing, but may have some versions added in. But they're all right. They're all true. But what we forget is we're so busy trying to fit into this society that we forgot the elders. We forgot who we are. That's sad. And so then we come into chaos. And we want to argue. We want to fight amongst one another. We're me, all about me. We got so lost in translation that we forgot who we are as a nation. This makes me sad. Because this room here should be filled with our people. They're too busy running around, spending money on lots of stuff, while our people are all home, hungry. We sing our voices out saying we're going to do for the young people. We talk about our kids that are thrown away. But I have to turn around and I have to say me, not the we. Because there's part of me within balance comes anger. Because I say, well, what are you doing about it? What have you given back to our people? Throwaway children. I have 7 of them that I'm so honored to raise because their mothers were those mothers on that screen. So when you speak of change and positive, do it from your spirit. Don't do it from the body mind of thinking. Because this is what will happen. We'll come in chaos. We do mirror teachings all over the world. I travel all over, along with the other grandmothers, and we meet up with other elders. And the same voice, what you see on that screen, is happening all over the world. So it's no longer, we can no longer talk about it because the conversation's old. It's very, very old. We need to have action. And when you talk about action, what is it going to be? That's going to be up to each individual. You don't have to have $20,000 to change a community. When we have our women in Wellbriety conferences, we do it the old way. And that's potluck. Who's got a place to stay? What are we going to talk about? Many people, long time, I know each one of you here, there was a time, even including myself, they'd say, oh, you're going to get scolded or that elder's going to come. You go, oh, here I go, I have to listen to that again. We are becoming scarce. I teach my great-granddaughter, when an elder speaks, run to them. That's a walking library. You'll never have a chance like that again. Listen to those stories. Because I want her to remember myself. I want her to remember her grandparents. It'll be nice someday. Because I'm going to tell you something of how women at Wellbriety and who we are as women are associated with Jonelle. Again, every person in this room are Oscar winners because we were taught to act not as we are as indigenous, but we were taught to act to the enslavement purpose of what the invaders taught us to be. We do it every day. It's time to wake up. It's real. I say to Jonelle, stop looking for the white man. You have it in you. You start creating those movies for everybody else. We have talent all across Turtle Island. We don't need to have them be here. Look at this man here with this camera. These can go everywhere. And the only reason I say that is that I'm surprised. Because my granddaughter can take a picture of them dancing at the Powell circuit and put it, and it goes all the way all over the world. For free. Well, my $45 for my Walmart card that I pay for her phone, but you see what I'm saying is you have to come back to that dirt floor, to the realities of your ancestors. Because every day we think we're gifted with a tomorrow, and we became the white man, the invader, that thought. That's not who we are. We have to center ourselves. We have to come back to balance. It's not that the white man's bad. It's that our perception of their ancestors. So when you turn around and you look, you have to think about there's going to be a day I'm no longer going to be walking here on this earth. And when I go back to that grand circle, am I going to make my grandparents proud? Because they went through a storm. They went through hell so I could walk and breathe today. Alcohol has done a number on us. It put our spirits to sleep, and we don't know who in the hell is dancing in this body. It's crazy. Drugs the same way. So when we talk about being indigenous, the only thing as elders ask of you is to be honest. Take off the makeup. Take off everything. Be you. Be proud to be indigenous. Miigwech.